Good day guys and welcome back. So I have some problems with my pickup. I know that I have done how-to videos with my Duramax in the past, and there is quite a few of you that do like that. So if this is something that you're wanting to see and you're a current subscriber, thank you so much for sticking around. If you're not subscribed to the channel and you come in and you watch this video and you like it or any of these that I'm going to post, please remember to subscribe to the channel, click the bell, turn on all notifications, so that way you don't miss a future upload on some more content on the Duramax. But I am having an issue with it. I've been having an issue with my pickup for quite a while now, and it is something that is a little bit major, and I will show what is going on. What I'm going to do, I believe, is I'm going to split this video series up into several different videos. They're going to be some how-to videos is what it's going to be. So what's going on with my pickup is my front pump seal in my transmission is leaking. It doesn't just sit there and leak, but when you're driving it, it is leaking. When you bring it into the driveway and park, it'll sit there and it'll leak from the fluid that is built up in the bell housing of the transmission. With these clips that I'm showing, it doesn't look like the leak is super horrible, but that is literally just driving it around the block. So the more I drive it, the more it leaks. So this is something that needs to be addressed. This transmission has had a very, very hard life, thanks to me. With just having fun with the pickup and being a daily driver, it is a 2004 LB7, so it is the early 04, and it does have the 5-speed Allison in it. The pickup currently has, I want to say it's right around 260,000 miles on it, so this transmission has never been touched, it's never been rebuilt, anything like that, so it is definitely time to rebuild the transmission. I do have EFI Live tuning on the pickup. I do have some SAC 45 over injectors, a fast lift pump. I also have intercooler piping, and then you're just kind of typical regular boost increase valve, cold air intake, exhaust. So there isn't just crazy mods that's done to the pickup, but there is some stuff that's done to it, and the transmission's been beat on for a long time. I've had everything from a PPE plus Hot 2, as I believe is what it was called, programmer on it. I had an Edge Juice with Attitude with their 5 hot unlock. I had that on there for a long time, and that was all previous a long time ago. So I've had a lot of fun with the pickup. Definitely have some problems. The transmission needs rebuilt. I'm not just going to pull it out. I'm not going to just replace the pump seal because I know the transmission's had a hard life. I have limped it numerous times, and I can admit that. So now the transmission is going to get built. Something that I've wanted to do for a really long time. So now is the time to do it. It is better than any other time. A good excuse for me to build it. I will show you the kit that I have behind me, a few tools that I have. I do have some parts showing up. I am upgrading the transmission cooler. I will show that as well later on in some videos. So I will do basically just this video is just an overview of what to expect, what's coming. We will do a how-to video of removing the transmission. I'll do a how-to video of removing the radiator because I'm going to remove the radiator and get it flushed to make sure that the trans cooler side of it is flushed and clean. The radiator's good. There's no leaks on it. And then I'm also going to just flush out my tranny cooler lines. So there will be the how-to video on removing the radiator, removing the transmission, rebuilding the transmission, and then I don't really think the how-to video of installing the transmission is super necessary because it's just going to be reverse order of how you remove the transmission. So if that is something you want to see, just watch the transmission removal video. But as I said, behind me I do have a converter, a rebuild kit, so I will show you guys that stuff, tell you where I got it, what it is, and a few of the tooling that I have to do the job. So let's see what we're working with. So here are the boxes and some of the parts that I got. So this kit came from Inglewood Transmissions. This used to be Inglewood was Mike L, and then Limitless Diesel was Evan, and they have joined forces essentially, and this is what they consider their Juggernaut Junior DIY transmission kit shipped to your door. For the DIY yourself, they send you full instructions how to do it start to finish, phone support if you have any kind of questions. So I spoke with Evan over there, and this is what I ended up getting and ordering. So this is going to support, as I mentioned, 750 horse. For a daily driver for me, I'm not going to be pushing 750 horse. This is going to be as good as I need personally because I still need the reliability of my pickup, but I still want to have a lot of fun with it. So what I got from them is I got a Gorand DK converter. I went with the DK. I know the X is a converter that is very, very popular right now. I did not go with the X because I was speaking with Evan, and he said for my application, what I'm doing, and you can see on top here, it's kind of hard to see in the video, but this is the DK from Gorand. But he said basically with what I'm going to be doing, I'm not doing any kind of heavy pulling with my pickup. I am going to be doing some good spirited driving with it and having some fun, but I'm also needing that reliability. So the DK converter is what he suggested would be the best fit for this build. The next piece I have over here is basically a piece that I can put into an engine stand, and I can bolt up to the side of the PTO cover with this. So this is something that I had made by a local fab shop here in town because I want to get the transmission up off the floor because it is going to be a lot easier working on it rather than down on the ground. That is not a necessity, but something that I've did. For Merchant Automotive, I've got the rear output shaft nut. I want to replace that. I just want to make sure everything's good. That was the only thing in the kit that I noticed that didn't come in the rebuild kit, but this kit is complete with literally everything. So it is going to be your best bang for your buck, and you're getting everything, all of their knowledge that they've pieced parts out of different manufacturers to build the best kit. Also for Merchant Automotive, all this is a spanner socket that I purchased as well for the rear output shaft nut. So once I start disassembling, it'll be easy to get to that. This next box here, this is just something that I ordered off of Amazon. It is a very cheap, inexpensive tool. It's going to do the job, but it is just a, as you can see, automatic transmission clutch spring compressor, because if you're going to follow along with the rebuild video, you will see you're going to need a tool like that. And like I said, that tool was very, very inexpensive off of Amazon. Swinging the camera around here a little bit. This box here is where all the, what I'm going to call goodies are at. This is the complete rebuild kit. If I can get the lid to stay open. I have been in here. I have opened it up because I needed the gasket for the PTO cover to build the adapter. But in here is going to be your overhaul kit. So you're going to have all of your bolts, O-rings, seals, underneath pan gasket, internal gaskets for the transmission. So this is going to be your kit with a lot of your O-rings and gaskets for all of your sealing surfaces. And then getting further down into the box here, as you can see here, this is going to be the shaft kit, bearings, bushings, internal filter, and external filter. So there's also the Transgo shift kit that will be getting installed. This is all from them, but there's the filter for in the pan, a spring kit, your spin-on filter, bushings, bearings. So everything in this kit. These kits are super awesome. They're complete. They're everything that you need in them. So really like the packaging, labeling what's in there so you know what you're expecting. And then there's two more boxes within here. So this is your C2 clutch pack, C4 clutch pack, and selective seals. And this bigger box here is your C1 clutch pack and C3 clutch pack. So basically, I will just open one of these up so you can kind of see what is in here. But there's going to be your seals and your clutch packs. So in here you have your steelies and your friction discs. So they're all in here, complete kit. So definitely looking forward to doing this build. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a learning experience. I have never rebuilt an Allison 5-speed like this, but it's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be an informative video when we get to rebuilding the transmission. And then when we get there, you'll see basically everything that's in each one of these boxes. I don't need to do a complete unboxing because it's a lot of the same clutch packs, and they're all the same style, I guess you will say. They're not exactly the same because they're going into your C1, C2, C3, C4. So they're going to be different in certain aspects, but they're going to look the same just on camera here. So we don't need to unbox all that, but as you can see, complete kit, super stoked to get started on this thing. So there is the whole rebuild kit, everything that I ordered, along with a few extra things. As I mentioned, I'm still waiting for my transcooler to show up, but the spring compressor tool, the output shaft, the spanner nut, that kind of stuff, the mount for the engine stand for the transmission, that's just extra stuff. But the complete kit and the converter, that is from Inglewood Transmission. So like I said, this build will be rated and will hold and support up to 750 horse. Which for me, I don't need 750. I mean, do I want it? Oh, of course. Who doesn't want it? But I would like to have right around the 600 horse mark, just a nice, fun daily driver. When you want to do some spirited driving, you can, but the reliability is there as well, so you can depend on it to get back and forth to work, to run errands, to go out of town, to do anything like that. So I don't want to go complete race truck with it, but I do want to have a lot of fun, and I do want to bump it up a little bit so it can create some more power. But that is what I got. I know that this video is probably not real fun or exciting for some of you, but that is the stuff that I got. I kind of want to start incorporating my Duramax into more of my content. I do love detailing. I'm not saying I'm getting away from the detailing stuff, but it seems that there's a lot of you that enjoy my how-to videos with the Duramax, so I do want to start incorporating that more. So if that is something you want to see and something that you like, definitely throw that down in the comments below, because I greatly appreciate all your guys' support. But as I mentioned, I know that this video is just kind of an unboxing and overview talking about what is going to start happening. So it's exciting for me. Hopefully it's exciting for you guys. But you're just kind of seeing just an unboxing of parts and stuff. But hopefully it's going to be something you're going to be interested in. So I'm going to make it as informative as possible for you guys. If you have any questions on what's going on in any of the future videos that we're doing, throw that in the comment section below of those videos, of this one. I'll get back to you. I'll try to help you out as much as I can with what knowledge I've got, because this is all just a fun learning experience for some of you watching it. Some of you might already know and are critiquing the video. So if you got info on something that I mentioned wrong or something that I should do different, help people out and throw that in the comment section down below. Just a good diesel community, helping each other out, giving each other info and knowledge on something else, but I'm just trying to shed the light in the video content for you guys to see. But I don't want to stretch this video on too long. I want to thank you all so much for stopping and checking this one out. Hopefully you're looking forward to the next ones to come. And as I mentioned, we're going to do a transmission removal how-to, a radiator how-to removal, and then also the how-to video on rebuilding the transmission as well. Definitely look forward to pumping that content out for you guys. Hopefully you're going to enjoy it too. But I will catch you all in the next one. And until then, take care.